Hi guys, Mary here. I'm back. I wasn't planning on doing a video today because I'm still I feel awful. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel awful. And I went to the beach this morning to meditate, and I was directed to talk to you about a few things. The first thing being this illness that I have, flu-like symptoms. The old Mary, who went to nursing school and is a registered nurse, of course, the 3D human side of me, went backwards and wanted to fix what was wrong with me with an antibiotic, with medication, because that's the old Mary. That's what I would normally do, right? So that's an old paradigm. That's an old way of thinking. And I kind of morphed back into that old paradigm, that old way of thinking, because I went into fear. So when I get sick, I go into fear thinking, I can't be sick. I have too much to do. It's the holiday weekend. I have guests. I have the retreat coming up. I have things to do, right? So I go into fear. And then I go into that old way of thinking that I have to medicate the situation. And, obviously I'm going through stuff that I talked to you all about, and I just didn't see in myself. I thought, I've been through this once before. I thought I already went through it, but apparently I haven't gone through it enough. And I guess it's coming in stages and waves. So here I am feeling extraordinarily fatigued. I'm having heart palpitations and really hot. Feels like fever. It's not. I don't know what it is. But I was shown some visions last night, and the one that I want to share with you, I was shown a radio, an old radio from like an old car radio. Remember those old car radios? And you turn the dial and then the red bar goes up and down, right? So I was shown this old radio, and it's like my frequency is being tuned. So I'm changing frequencies. I feel like in the next couple of days I'm going to be connecting differently, or having connecting on a new channel, so to speak. I'm not sure, but I'll keep you posted. It's very strange, and it's hard to get work done, so I have to kind of, push through a little bit. I have to do what I have to do, and then honor what my body needs, which is rest. So the old Mary feels guilt. You know that feeling you get when you feel like you're playing hooky from school and you're staying home sick, but are you really sick enough to be home? It's that kind of feeling. So obviously much more work for me to do on myself, a lot more inner work. So perhaps some of you are feeling the same symptoms. I think it's just the energies. Man, are they strong with this full moon. And there's a pole shift going on as well, so that could be part of it. I'm not sure, but I've just been just really grounding to the earth. I don't even bring a chair to the beach anymore. I'm just sitting in the sand, just sitting there, trying to connect with the earth, throwing roots down, and just trying to breathe in all that energy from Mother Earth. And I just feel like I'm getting more in tune with her energy, if that makes sense. So there's that. And I wanted to just share with you something that came up for me, the polarity that's going on the planet. You see it with the different parties, right? Republican and Democrat in America, and the different parties in the UK, I believe, with Brexit. And you see it even on the world stage, celebrity-wise. So if you look at the college scandal with Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin, you can see the polarity of how these two people are handling the same situation, basically. You see Lori Loughlin, who pleaded not guilty, not taking responsibility for her actions. I don't know her personally, but from what I see, she's very materialistic. I feel a sense of entitlement from her and her husband and her girls. And if you look at the other person in the same situation, Felicity Huffman, she's pleaded guilty, she's taken responsibility for her actions, and she's owning it. So when you look at the two, it's a way for the universe to show us, as we awaken to who we truly are, right? You have a choice. You have a choice either to stay in the 3D, heavy, dense energies of materialism, fear, not having enough, entitlement, that sort of stuff, that energy. Or you could go to the energy of expansion, which is where I think Felicity Huffman is. Very humble. Didn't realize, I don't think, I think that she came from a place of, maybe they both came from a place of wanting the best for their children, not realizing the effect that it had on the whole. But I think that Felicity Huffman is taking this experience and learning from it and expanding as a soul. And perhaps her family is as well. So it's that polarity between the two that's right out there for everyone to see. And I think it's the universe's way of showing us the different choices that we have. So I just wanted to talk about that. And as I was sitting at the beach meditating today, I was thinking about, it's Easter time, a time of Christ consciousness, and these energies that are coming into the planet are energies of love. And I believe it is the Christ consciousness that's coming onto the planet and showing us that we are all our own divine masters. So for me, lately, I feel like I'm being tested a little bit with this illness that I've been having, or these symptoms of ascension. I was being tested. I kind of went back into the 3D and trying to medicate and like, oh, I'm sick, and then pulling out of it and thinking, no, this is not physical illness. This is what you've been talking about, and going through it myself on a really large scale. I mean, I really feel, I wish I could tell you how awful I feel. It's hard to believe that this is an ascension symptom instead of the flu, but it really, there's nothing physically wrong with me. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, my dog's barking, sorry. Anyway, I was talking about the Christ consciousness and this season of rebirth and this season of love coming into the planet, this Easter ascension energy. It's a time, well, for me in the last week, I felt like I was being tested not just with the symptoms I'm having, but also got some triggers with my husband where normally I would have reacted. Without even thinking of it, because I've been working with this for a couple of years now, I kind of became the observer in the situation, and I realized that my husband was mirroring to me what I needed to see in myself. So what was seemed like a little, I got real irritable with him. Well, irritable inside and reacting to something that he said or did. And I can't even remember what it is now. It was so little. But he was mirroring to me something that I needed to look at in myself. And I knew that because I kind of rose out of myself and became the observer of the situation. So I was observing how I handled the situation, and I was able to step back before reacting and take a breath and then see the situation, and instead of reacting, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. So what that does is I'm staying centered in a peaceful place while things externally are going on, but they're not affecting me. It's funny, they're just not affecting me like they used to. So I feel like this is a real growth, and some of you may be going through it as well. So try to be the observer, and that sense of peace while the world is going on around you it's really cool. It's very cool. So chaos going on here in Calabria. It is filled to the brim with people, vacationers, tourists, and people in and out, and crazy things happening. And I'm just kind of still in a peaceful situation. Even with the Mueller report, reading the Mueller report, I thought it would affect me negatively, but I read it, and you know, it is what it is. But I didn't get super pulled down by it. So if you're doing the inner work, it really works. So keep at it. Keep meditating daily. Keep being the observer of your life, and keep stepping back before reacting. It really does work. Okay, what else did I want? Oh, before I do an energy reading, I just wanted to talk about this, something I noticed when I'm sitting at the beach meditating, either before or after meditation. Sometimes I just do a little people watching, and I was observing this mother and son at the beach. And it was really interesting because the son, I think he was like maybe 3 years old, maybe 4. He was playing in the surf, and she was with him, but she was taking photos. And he was trying to coax her into the surf because he was pure joy. This little boy was just pure joy in the surf, and trying to get his mother to join him. And she was more interested in photographing the moment, right? And after she took the photos, and she was like, go back out and play, and he was trying to get her in. He was trying to pull her into the moment. And she was like, no, you go play, I'm taking pictures. And even after she took pictures, instead of being with her little boy, she was on the cell phone looking at the pictures. And it was really sad because this little boy was full of joy, and he was trying to pull his mother into the joy. And it was such a magical moment, and she completely missed it by photographing it. And I know photos are great and they're important, but it just brought to mind how many magical moments did I miss with my children because I was in the past or in the future. You know what I mean? I was so busy trying to photograph the moment for the future, I guess. What are we doing with these photos, right? That I may have missed some moments, and I don't want to miss any more moments. I really don't. And sometimes you just have to, be the observer of other people to learn lessons, or be the observer of your own life to learn lessons. Anyway, I wanted to pass that on. I tried to go and rest this morning, but Spirit was just like, you got to do a video, you got to do a video. I was like, oh, I'm tired. So, okay, I'm going to pull a few cards and just do a little energy reading for today. But boy, the energy is strong. If anyone is feeling it, let me know. Okay, Spirit, what can you share with me today? What can you share with us today? Thank you so much. Two of Swords. Two of Swords is usually about a decision or a choice. You know, one thing I noticed about this week, a lot happening on the world stage, but also a lot happening in our own lives, individual lives. I had a woman who I read for go through a terrible breakup that she just did not see coming. I mean, it came completely, took her off guard. And so some of you may be going through that as well. You know, if the universe sends us little signs to guide us on the right path, or the path that we maybe made a contract before coming here to do, if we don't get the signs, the universe is going to do it for us. So we might get these, what I call tower moments. And that was a tower moment for her. So I feel like there might be a lot of tower moments coming up for some of you this week. But this is a choice or a decision that needs to be made. And you may need to take off the blindfold. You may be in denial about something. Perhaps it's been something that's been on your mind for quite a while, but you just have been in fear about making the decision. Maybe you're afraid that you won't be safe if you make this decision. But know that the universe has your back. Human beings, we have a fear of change. We have a fear of not being safe. So we tend to put roadblocks in our way. It's our ego talking to us. So take off the blindfold. You might have a choice or a decision to make. What else can you tell us, Heavenly Angels? Thank you so much. Ooh, the Magician. Manifestation. Boy, it's happening quick. The quicker these energies come in, the quicker we're manifesting. For some of us, almost instantaneously, as you have a thought about what you'd like to manifest, things are just coming in that fast, right? Know that you have what it takes. This is each of the energies of earth, air, water, and fire. It's all the elements that you have at your disposal to create what it is that you want with the universe, co-creating what it is that you want. So it's all about manifestation, and the energies that are coming in are helping us to manifest at a quicker rate. So take advantage of the energy. Okay. What else can you tell us, Spirit? Six of Cups. Six of Cups can be about nostalgia. So a lot of the past coming up to be purged. It's been happening a lot. Could be thinking back to your childhood. Could be children coming into your life. Many of you are getting together with family and friends tomorrow for Easter, so it could be that. Be sure to stay in the moment with your children or your grandchildren. Don't be the one taking the photos. Be the one being in the moment. That magical moment. Don't let it slip by. Stay present. Okay. That's my dog, Leah. That is her bark when there's another dog on the street. She has different sounding barks for what she's barking at. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, interesting. I like that this card came up for Easter. It says Lord. There are no coincidences. It says take charge with authority. This is all about being your own divine master. I feel like this week for me has been about finding my own mastery. So mastery means having emotions, maybe getting triggered, but not reacting to them, but staying centered and in a feeling of peace while having the emotion. So you can have an emotion and feel, but then just remain centered. And I think this is about being in your divine mastery. So very cool. I'm going to leave it there. Happy Easter, everyone. Thank you so much for your lovely, lovely comments. I really appreciate them, and I love how you're chatting with each other. It's really great to see. So enjoy the weekend. Take care. Much love to you all.